Okay, so here's my presentation. Now what we're going to go through in this is we're going to talk about how to, one, if you don't have a Google My Business profile, how you should get one, get it verified. The process is you'll see some things that may seem a little dated in this, and that's just because this funnel started several years ago. But I will show you throughout it how I made it better as we went. So if you don't have a Google profile, you need one. I'll also show you how I quickly updated my database and connected with my past clients on a level that I had never before. I'll also show you how I've done pop buys and postcards and marketing gift baskets to my clients. I put a little bit of competition behind it, so I'll show you how to do that. And then I'll show you how I am on the first page of Google in my area organically all the time. So again, a little bit about me. This is my team. We're a small team. So it's myself, my husband, my son, Lex, who just graduated high school in 2002 and got his license right after he graduated, which is exactly what I did when I, 22, sorry, I'm being corrected in the background. Then I also have my assistant Taylor, who's the gorgeous blonde. She's been with me for 4 years, so she's been through the whole journey of being in Krista's program. And then the other beautiful lady is Mandy. She was actually my escrow officer for 17 years and wanted to get out of the business, so I talked her into getting her license and coming to work for us. So that's us. We're small, but mighty. Now, one of the big things is you want to have a presence on Google, and I use the platform just like anybody would use any social media platform. So if we make one post, we put it on everywhere that we can. So we're putting it on Instagram, on Facebook, on Google. I mean, just any, and we also usually make a blog post behind it using AI, which is a whole nother topic. But you want to make sure that you have as much SEO when you're talking about Google. So the first thing is you got to make sure you have the profile. When you get the profile, you need to post on it regularly. You need to update your pictures regularly. You need to make sure when people want to find a realtor in your area, they find you. So this kind of just is like a breakdown of some of the stuff. You want to have a clear description of your business, of what you do, who you work with. We have tons of calls to actions on that page. So you'll see a post and there might be a message to, or a call to action to DM us, or there might be a call to action to call us. And we want to make sure that we're giving somebody the option to do something, especially if they're looking on this platform. And it works for us. We get tons of calls just straight from our Google page. Now again, we're using anything that I'm posting, we're using it throughout all the platforms. So it makes sense to make it one time and then spread it out to wherever you can put it. Anywhere and everywhere is what I always say. And you'll find your right audience. I don't care if an Instagram gets 2 likes because really I'm creating it for Google. All my focus and energy is in Google because that's where I'm making the most money right now. So this all started, we wanted to do what a typical realtor does and send out those nice calendars at the end of the year, but we had a purpose. So we made this page to, the page on the side that has the finger pointing, that QR code goes directly to, we used to use a Woo-Foo form, now you can just use a Google Doc, you don't have to use any other extra services. But basically we wanted to have our clients update us with their names and their kids' names, their dogs' names, their wedding anniversary. We just pretty much asked them anything and everything that they would tell us about them. We also used this list of people for our first targeted group of people when we wanted to stretch on to the next phase of this. And that was to start getting reviews. So what we did was we made a plan and we wanted to get our reviews on a very high level. We wanted to make sure that when we were doing a good job for people, they were actually going to Google and telling other people that we were doing a good job. But we kind of lost a little bit of touch with the past clients. I was doing just the typical stuff, sending out newsletters every once in a while, a Christmas card, you know, just little things, but we went all out to do this. And I'm gonna show you guys how you can do it too. And you will be able to leave by the end of this implementing things that you can turn around. You should be able to get at least 20 5-star reviews in the next 2 months. So again, we sent the form out. We wanted everybody to update their information. Now, I have been selling real estate for 22 years now. So my database, is on a larger scale. So I wanted to pick the people that would respond, because I knew if I would send you a form and then you would in turn fill that form out, you were probably likely, one, you had a great service with me, which most people did, but you also enjoyed working with me, and so those were the people I wanted to hit first. So again, we sent the form out, we had everybody fill it out, and then we started our mail out process. Now, I'm gonna go over how we sent out things through the mail and then how we actually drop things off at people's doorstep. There is no possible way that I could drop something off at every single past client every single time we did it. So we used a list of people, and we kind of made it as we went on who we needed to get reviews from and who had already given us reviews. So the first thing that we did was we sent out a postcard announcing what we were gonna do. So most people like contests, so we wanted to incentivize it. So what we did was we thought every quarter we would give away an iPad to the selected group of people that we actually chose the group at random, but we did, anybody that would leave us a review, they would be entered into the drawing. And then every quarter we would do a Facebook Live and an Instagram Live where we announce the winner. Now, having done this years later, you don't even really need to do a giveaway. I mean, if you have a good relationship with your clients and you serve them on a high level, they want to do things for you. But we didn't know that at first, so we went ahead and we did it this way. So basically, we just made a postcard. Now, every image that you see on here, we made ourselves. My assistant Taylor is what we call the Canva Queen, and she can pretty much make anything that I ask her to. But it also is a skill that she has learned as she went along. So this is 4 years in the making skill. So we just did like a simple postcard. Here's your getting ready for spring that's coming up. Here's some tips. But this QR code went directly to leaving a review on our Google page. Now, when we first did it, we went directly to the page. So if you opened it up, you could literally start typing the review at that time. Now, I don't do it that way. I actually send them to our profile, because that way we get there more organically, and Google sometimes doesn't like for you to send them straight there. So doing it now and going forward, you want to send them just to your Google page and then tell them what to do when they get there versus just sending them directly to leaving a review. It seems more organic. Then after that, so that was February. So this is March. So in March, we did another mail out. So we sent out this postcard. Now, if you'll notice throughout this, you'll notice there's an iPad on a lot of things. We wanted to use the image of an iPad so people would think about, oh, I want to be entered in for this drawing. I like an iPad, So we wanted to use that picture as marketing to show people that, that if you do this, you get a chance to, be entered in that. We also put in some lottery tickets. My clients love lottery tickets. So we put those in there, and then we just basically put a cute message. You can find, there's so much information out there. Canva is amazing. You can pretty much type any of this stuff in there and you'll get some version that you can make your own. We also wanted to make sure that we reminded our clients that there was a deadline. So we announced the month before that we were going to be doing the giveaway. And then the following month, we wanted to make sure they understood there's a deadline to that. And the deadline would be April the next month. We also wanted to make sure that we weren't missing out on anything. And I would also suggest that you guys do it. Ask our clients to shoot you a text message after they leave the review, because they do have to have a Gmail in order for it to post online. There's other people that said they've seen it. I have never and ever had any luck with having a review posted by a past client that didn't have a Gmail. So that part's really important. Then the dreaded thing happened. So when I thought about doing this review funnel is what it ended up being. But when I thought about doing it, I was a little bit scared, because if you've ever managed rental property or sometimes dealt with tenants, sometimes you can't please everyone. It just happens that way. You just get somebody that's in a bad mood. So it happened to us. So we took over a property. We sent a welcome package, and we're like, hey, we're your property management company. We're so excited. Never had a conversation. The gentleman just goes on Google, finds our profile, and leaves us a 1-star review. So I was devastated, because At this point, it was the second to third, it was probably the second week of March. We had already gotten 20 5-star reviews. So I thought, oh yeah, we'll get to 100, like we'll probably be at 150 at the end of the year. And I knew in the back of my mind that when you put yourself out there, you're exposing yourself to everyone. I'll also tell you, like, we've had bots leave reviews and things like that. We go to great lengths with Google to try to get inaccurate reviews removed. So needless to say, we ended up in what I called was 1-star jail. So when we got the 1-star review, it didn't make me stop. It didn't make me say, oh wait, I'm not doing this anymore. It really just made me realize what Google Math is, and we had to go and get some more reviews to just bury that 1-star away. So I made a postcard, and I just basically made fun of ourselves. We were like, hey, we got put in 1-star jail, and the only way that we can be bailed out is for you guys to leave us a review. This postcard right here got us 8 reviews. So just by making fun of ourselves, poking fun at ourselves, our clients loved it. And I think that some of them had previously thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. But when they got this, they did a little chuckle and they wrote us a review. So it will show you that sometimes you gotta make a little fun. There's gonna be something else a little bit later on, and I'm gonna show you how we had to make fun of ourselves and it paid off too. So then it was time to hit them at their doorstep. So what we did was we took our list and we had our hit list. And so every time that I did a drop off, we dropped it off to about 40 people. And it wasn't the same 40 people each time. So we took the people that had filled out their, that sheet that I showed you guys in the beginning, and we made a list of those people. So we wanted to do pop buy gifts, so we also didn't want to break the bank. We wanted to make sure that they could be affordable and that we weren't, of course, spending thousands and thousands of dollars, but also useful. We wanted to make sure that these were the things that are useful. So in these pop buy baskets, you're gonna see things like branded merch. You're gonna see, like, there's a pizza cutter in here, and I'm gonna tell you guys, that's one of the favorites. That right there is what they will call us and tell us that they broke their pizza cutter and asked us to send them another one. We did koozies, chip clips, pretty much anything that we could put our logo on. And remember, a few years before that, I didn't even have a logo. Now I was putting my logo everywhere. We also wanted to use some stuff from locally owned businesses. So we were coming off of the pandemic, and we wanted to make sure that we were supporting local businesses. We also wanted to make sure that everybody understood the review, how to leave a review and how to be entered to win. So we explained that again. We also started thinking about it and thought, well, if we have 2 people that live in the house and they both have Gmails, we want to make sure that they both leave us a review. We don't want to just get one, we want to get them from both of them. So we started at their doorstep in April. So in April, this is the card that we put in the basket, and I'm going to show you the basket. Again, you're going to see the iPad. So the iPad has a QR code at the beginning of it, and that QR code at the time would take you straight to the review portion of our Google My Business. All they would do was enter their email address, and they would be taken on to give us a 5-star review. You need to use the word 5-star every time you ask for a review. Don't just ask for a review, ask for a 5-star review. You want to make sure that clients understand, because sometimes the general public doesn't understand how important a 5 is versus a 4 versus a 3. That 5 is where it's at, because Google Math does not math, and it's just part of it. So the more 5-star you get, then if you do get those 1 stars every now and then, it'll still help your number stay closer to 5 than 4. Then we also this was Easter, so we put things, kind of around the holidays. In this basket, you'll see that it's nothing fancy. You have a chip clip, you have a koozie, you have some candy, some Easter baskets, and then again, you'll see the card that's in the back, and just drop that off on the doorstep. Down here, you're gonna see some of the places that we bought this stuff from. So if you wanna take a screenshot of that, just shows you. As we went on, we found cheaper options and things like that, but you kind of live and learn as you go. So after April, we had our deadline. So we said, okay, this is it. We did our drawing. I'll show you at the end of it exactly how we did it, but basically we used a website called Wheel of Names. We entered in the people that had given us the reviews, and then we drew it live. The cool part about it was that I had a past client that was a buy and a sell, but they bought first and then sold later. So I was actually, they were the winners, and I was able to give them their iPad in their closing package and get a picture at closing. So again, I had a picture to show for later on. And I could also show my clients that yes, this really is a giveaway, and yes, there is actually winners, and there are people that get the iPad. So for Memorial Day, you'll see that we did some more of the chip clips. Now, remember, it's not always the same people. So if you see some repeat of stuff, it's not like I'm just giving the same stuff out. We also put in a pot holder. We put in the rest of the koozies, and then the item on this second image that is white with a little circle, that's the pizza cutter. That's the thing that everybody loves. We get those from Discount Mugs. It's probably the most expensive, I would say. Maybe not quite. I guess the pot holders were around there, but it's the one that people really love. They really love that. We also wanted to put the review that the client had left us so that you would have a reference whenever we were sending these out. So we put what the client that gave us the 5-star review. We also put a picture of her with it, and then again, we're using that QR code. We're always directing them back to Google to leave that review because we have a purpose for what we're doing. Then we made a little holiday treat card and just put it in there. By this time, we were close to, I would say 35, not quite 40, but 35. I have the numbers, I just don't have them in front of me. Then we actually, so let me back that up. After this drop off, we didn't get one single review. And we were like, dang it, this is not working. I am done. Like, why did we spend all that money? Well, our QR code didn't work. So again, we just made fun of ourselves, and we were like, well, that was awkward. Our QR code didn't work. So if you got the basket, please drop it off, or please, if you got a basket dropped off, please please log in and leave us a review. We're really sorry. This one works, I promise. The other thing that we did too was we changed the wording and sent this to everyone. So you might have previously gotten something in the mail, and maybe you didn't scan that QR code, so you didn't know that one didn't work. This card got us 15 reviews. So just from sending this, just from making fun of ourselves, we got reviews. And they were good. At this point, it was almost a competition between my clients of who would write the best review, who would write the longest review. I'm talking about paragraphs long. Like they really did show themselves. So then we get to the summertime, and we wanted to go back to the mailbox. So basically, we just sent a little, and you'll see that none of this stuff is rocket science. None of this is like reinventing the wheel. We're just out there making things our own. So we sent another postcard out. We let them know that we were about to start, or we did start our next drawing. We gave them the deadline, and we hit them. This was June. Then we, of course, again, we sent out another postcard. We wanted to remind everybody who the winner was. You can see that we put the picture, which we always thought was really important for them to actually see that this was a winner. This isn't something made up, or anything. Again, you really don't even have to do the review part of things if you're really dialed in with your clients. Then we get to Labor Day. So Labor Day, we had finished our second, we did our second drawing. So now we have two winners. We have our first winner and we have our second winner. So we wanted to make sure that everyone saw that, and that somebody was actually winning, of course. This basket was Labor Day themed, so we used, and I don't think I mentioned this, the salsa that was in the memorial basket was from a local company that is a non-profit, and so they give away everything that they make, so it was really important for us to do that. Now this third basket was barbecue related, so we had more pot holders. We gave that, we put some barbecue sauce in there, some candy, and then we hit the streets. We dropped them off again to a targeted list. You don't have to do everybody all at once. We have like the card, I don't have a close-up of it. There's a little card in here that had some TikTok recipes on there, like things that were trending on TikTok at the time. Then we got to Halloween. So Halloween was probably the most expensive basket that we had. but also we had a process behind it. This was when Krista had announced this, we were doing these CMA challenges, and I don't know if she's talked about it, she will talk about it. You got to sign up for the program probably to get it because it's gold. So on this, we wanted to, we started just asking our clients, do you want us to do a market analysis? Like, click this QR code, fill in your information, and we'll get you a market analysis dropped off. Now, the next year when we do it, I'm going to show you how we did it a little bit better. So in this basket, we just did some goodies, some more branded stuff. So you see the light on my lovely model. This is my past client that has no children but loved the basket. So you see it's a glowing light that kids could wear for trick-or-treating. There's another koozie. We went with a different kind of koozie. We got rid of the rest of the chip clips and the pizza cutters just to kind of go through it so that we could order new ones coming into the next year. We put some Halloween safety tips, and then we did some winter prep tips, even though we technically don't even have a winter anymore in Texas. But we wanted to make sure that, those that when we did have those cold seasons, our clients were prepared, for protecting their homes. And then most of the other stuff you see here, like the light up glasses, the vampire teeth, pretty much all of that came from Amazon. We started using a lot more Amazon stuff because we found out that a lot of these companies sell to Amazon as well. So if we couldn't buy it locally, then we would just buy it from Amazon. By the way, that giveaway, that drop off, we had 15 clients ask for CMAs. 2 of those people listed their houses and we sold them directly before even the end of the year. So it definitely worked to ask for those reviews, or ask for the CMAs, sorry. Now, you don't see a slide for November, but what I want to tell you guys is in November, I took my list. And so once they give a review, I started just marking them off and who had given a review and who hadn't. So I spent the whole month of November doing video texts to my clients saying, hey, so-and-so, I loved working with you. And I really want to work with more clients just like you. In order to do that, reviews are so important for my business. And when you write something 5 stars about your service with me, it helps me attract more people like you. Make sure you say their names. Make sure they understand that this is something that you've reported specially for them. Do not record one message and send it out to everyone, because you'll forget that you sell somebody in the same family and it just doesn't seem as authentic. You want to take the time and really make sure that you are you're really speaking to that person. Now in December, we dropped off, this was actually Alicia Collins' idea, so I can't really take credit for this, but we did some wrapping paper. My team made these beautiful bows, and we had this little card on here. Now, if you'll notice, the one thing I did not do here was I did not ask for any reviews. I just basically wanted to drop these off. I think we did like 125. It was a long couple of days. We dropped them off. I had so many thank yous. So many people just appreciated that we did this. And some people were like, oh my gosh, you don't know how much that wrapping paper came in the clutch. Like, I was going to something that weekend and I really needed some wrapping paper. So it's the little things. And again, I didn't want to ask for any business. I was really just telling them that I was very thankful. So by the time I had gotten to December of this year that we're doing this, I had 98. And my goal was 100. So I was like, I cannot believe I didn't make it. And then my team reminded me, hello, Cassie, you got 98 5-star reviews on Google from your clients writing amazing things. And it was actually starting to work. We were starting to get phone calls in the last quarter of people that had read our reviews, especially on my property management side. That was really where clients were like, oh my gosh, you even have some of your tenants that have wrote reviews. And you have people that you've managed their house for 15 years writing how they've continued to pay you year after year after year and how it's the best investment they ever made. So it was really starting to show. So we thought, oh, do we stop at 100? No, we don't stop at 100. So when we go into January, and I had done something pretty amazing, I was able to purchase my own real estate office, and it was right here in our town. We have an old town district. I manifested that I wanted to be in this area, and we made it happen. So I wanted to announce our new location to everyone, and then also I wanted to keep going with the reviews. Now at this point, you'll notice that we didn't do the giveaway in the last quarter because we really didn't need to. We stopped kind of advertising it, and we were still getting the same number of reviews, so we kind of just went away with that and just went directly to our clients. Now, since we had gotten a lot of reviews, we'd hit a lot of our clients. I work with a lot of investors who buy multiple properties and things like that. So I was getting a good chunk of my clients, to already write reviews. So again, we did the same spring tips, blah, blah, blah. Now, when we go to March, we wanted to drop something off because we had dropped something off in December. January, we just sent the card. February, we had the spring tips. And so we dropped off this was my idea. I was like, oh, Lucky Charms, like, that'd be so cute. We put the lottery tickets in there. We tied this balloon. Y'all, this was the creepiest thing ever. Can you imagine just pulling up to your house, especially if you have like a side entry garage and all you see is a green balloon at your front? It was a little creepy, but they loved it. Our clients liked it, and the reviews were still coming in. So at this point, we were over our 100. We had gotten 25 more reviews, so we were at 120 or 122 by the time that we were going into April the following year. So we basically did some more video text. So we did video text all through the summer, all the way till October. Now in October, when I did this, we did it a little bit different. So I was revamping my marketing plan a little bit. So I had a good staff of about 100 of them. So I put marketing plans in everyone's basket. I went ahead and my team and I did CMAs on all the properties. We did 101 CMAs at this and dropped them off. We did the Halloween, the cute stuff, the Halloween trinkets. We did a nice reusable bag. We redid our pizza cutters because in February of that year, I had actually made the switch to EXP, and so I needed to rebrand all my merchandise. So we spent kind of some time getting some branded stuff, and we had sent some stuff to our clients, but more on a one-on-one basis than doing it so mass production. This review right here drop off got us 5 listings. We got 5 listings from doing the CMAs, not asking for the people, from doing the CMAs. It was really important. This is when things were starting to get shakier and houses weren't just dropping or flying off the shelves like they used to be. So we wanted people to understand that houses were still selling, and they were selling good at this point, but the news was starting to get that interest rates were going up. And had we known where we're at right now, we would have thought that was a really good deal back then. So we put in there the marketing plan. The marketing plan is something that Krista taught us. It's one of the most amazing things that I probably have in my arsenal for my listing presentations. I drop that off with my box, and like Krista says, you win before you arrive. I mean, you show them how different you are by the things that you do. And I don't just put in there, I don't say, oh, these are the postcards I'm gonna put in my marketing plan. I put like, here's my staff. This is what my videos did. This is how far your ad went. This is how many people I reach when I put something out on the internet. I'm not just posting it to social media and hoping somebody finds it. I'm actually going out there to find the people. Again, it kind of gives a breakdown of what we did. The cover was the front of the CMAs. If you notice that Halloween is the same tips we gave the year before that. Nobody knew. Same thing with the winter tips, same thing. Nobody knew. So then we got to, we did a couple more things that aren't on here that I'll tell you guys really helped. We started doing a pie giveaway. The first year that we did it, we dropped them off at the house. The next 2 years, we had them physically come and get us. Last year I think we gave away like 91 pies. Like, it was a big ticket thing. So there's lots of different ideas around there. Now again, when we started it, we did the giveaway. It was really important for us, we thought, but I don't think any of y'all need to do it. You don't need to do this part of it. You can just skip it. Now, of course, you want to know, after all of this, does it work? What are the reviews, doing for you? The best thing that I ever did for my business was to go and ask for reviews. Because when you have people talking about your business on Google, it makes Google verify you as a solid person doing business in a certain location. So it will start putting I run a lot of ads, it will put my ads in front of people on a higher level than if I didn't have any reviews and was not a verified business in town. So it's definitely helped us. It also has helped us to become #1 on Google in my town. If you type in realtor in Burleson, Texas, I'm gonna come up organically as #1 every time. Now, through the transaction, I'm gonna go through this. Now, once we did the giveaway, we did all that, we really wanted to make sure that we were asking for the reviews during the process and during it. So when I take a listing, especially if somebody found me from a review, then at that appointment, I'm gonna tell that person, I cannot wait until we're done and I have sold your house, I've exceeded your expectations, I've done all the things that I promised, and you're gonna be able to give me a 5-star review at the end. So I'm saying it at the listing appointment. When we go under contract, I'm saying it. I'm saying, hey, you know, I'm so excited, we're under contract. Don't forget, don't forget, I really need that 5-star review when we're done. At the end of this process, when I tell you guys, on average, it took me about 6 to 7 times to ask each person for a review. So you have to ask a lot. You can't just ask once, you can't ask twice and just think, oh, they're not interested. We get busy. And sometimes people just don't understand how important reviews are. They go to a place that they like eating or go on vacation and like, oh, let me write a review. Or if they didn't like the experience, then they'll really go write a review. So it's really important for you to explain to your clients how important it is. And this just kind of tells you, we also kind of give them some guidelines too, like, hey, don't you remember when this happened or that happened, so that they understand the things that were really important. Like, wasn't it amazing that we had 15 showings in the first 2 weeks and I was able to, you know, sell your house for more than list price? And, you know, you want to make sure you tell them everything. And I think the rest of this is pretty, okay. This is just talking about how it paid off. You'll see we went from zeros to heroes is what I like to say. So we went from 0 reviews to right now I have over 200. I probably get on average 2 calls every week, either on my real estate business or my property management, straight from reviews, because those reviews are helping my SEO, which is your search engine optimization. This is what's helping people understand that I am a good person to do business with. Google sees my business doing a good job with other people, so when you're searching for a realtor in my area, I'm gonna show up. This is kind of an outline. So when you want to talk to your clients, you want to coach them a little bit about reviews. You want to make sure that they understand that you need to ask them to talk about your city. Like, I bought a house with Cassie in X city and her team was amazing and they did the rest of, you know, whatever the things. You want to make sure that you understand that they understand the length of them is really important. Photos are really important. Some people won't do photos. I wish more people would, but if they don't, it's fine. You want to encourage them to write words, even though if you're just getting started, even simply doing a 5-star without writing something is still going to help take you on the Google market for a verified listing. And then you'll kind of just see some numbers, like this is organic reach. It's showing that showing exactly. So you'll see from June to August, we had almost 10,000 people view our Google business profile. You'll see that if you see this one in the middle, it looks like we went down. It doesn't. It just, anytime that Google always shows your analytics for the prior month. So when you're within the month, it's always going to be down because your month isn't finished. It also, it's really important to see these search terms. So people were searching realtor, Burleson real estate, rentals near me, commercial real estate. It was showing you all those searches and where I was coming in. And then you will see that the performance of our Google My Business profile increased 231% in interactions and 581%, not numbers, percent in viewers that saw our page and then went, push that button to call us because they saw what everybody else was seeing. And then this is just kind of a breakdown again of your page. You want to make sure that you have, your products, could be your listings. You want to make sure you're posting on a regular basis, and that is the whole
Cassie,
Yes.
so
Good.
good. So good. Can we hear myself? So good, Cassie! Yay! Okay, so everyone, was that helpful? Isn't she amazing? I mean, Cassie, because I had to run upstairs for a minute. Oh, can you guys put me and Cassie both up, please, side by side? Did that help you, everyone? Right? Now, what do you learn? The who, like this shows you who, not how. The collaboration and all that, like she even said, oh, Alicia Collins taught me this. She learned something that I taught and then expanded it, and then she teaches it to other people. A lot of what you're just missing in your business is just the collaboration, right?
And then she's afraid to ask too, Krista. I think people get afraid. They say, oh, I already asked that person. I already asked them one time. I'm telling you, I'm haunting these people. I am like, literally, until I do not stop until I get the review, because I know I did the best. I know I did a good job, and I know that they're busy, and now I know statistically how many times it takes to ask. So don't ask once, don't ask twice. If you're up to 5, 6, 7 times, then maybe, but still I just ask until I get it. So
yeah, you ask until you get it, right? And she has systems in place, right? Like we have a software called the Maestro Method. The Maestro Method helps you get more reviews. It helps you respond to the reviews. It helps you rank. You get higher search engine optimization. There's systems and processes in place. Well, let me give everyone a really good example, right, Cassie? If you have a horrible experience with somebody, don't ask them for a review. Like just don't, okay? Don't ask them for a review. The best way to ask is ask them consistently. Tomorrow, if we have time, I'm going to teach you a way to get quick reviews fast. And it's a part of your system. It's a part of your process. It's a part of your CRM, right? People want to help you, just like she said. They get busy. They forget. And here's what I want you all to understand. When you have all these different tools in your toolbox, that's how you can greatly expand your business. Cassie, what are your numbers? Tell me about like when you first started doing this. Where were you at and where you are now for both real estate? I know your focus has been now kind of growing your tell about your.
Do both. So you want income or numbers?
No, because like number of homes sold and how many property management you had.
So
and now.
I was probably like at 150 homes that I managed, and I was selling probably 25 to 30 homes a year. And now I'm up to, on average, I sell 50 to 60 homes. Last year I only sold 45, but that's still great. But I added 78 new properties on the rental side, so I'm managed right now 351 rental properties on a monthly basis.
From 150 to 350, right? So her focus has definitely been property management. I also know she's kind of building a team. So this past year, I know her focus was building her team. Okay. Last year, 45 transactions, typically on an average year from 25 to 50 or 60. It's by innovation, being different, and being consistent. I will tell you this. I have watched Cassie 1,000% consistently implement and put together the strategies and the systems and keep on going. She didn't give up when it got hard. She kept going. Can you I want to help people understand, like, what would you say, how were you able to do that? Like when times get difficult and things are hard, you come up, what was able to help you kind of push through that?
So I basically think of like, what was my blocker, okay? And like, if I didn't do it because of this, which was usually an excuse, then I would have to I would put a system behind how that couldn't be an excuse anymore. So like the 12-week year was a big deal for me. Learning that process and not thinking of things as being 12 months, but in shorter span helped me because I'm super, super hard on myself. So if I can't, do a ton of things, like I would get on a coaching call and be like, oh, they're doing this. And my husband was like, Cassie, they're also not managing 350 houses at the same time. But I'm a doer, so I'm like, no, I can do it. And so I just started ticking away. So like when I started the first 12-week year, I had this list of all the things in Krista's programs that I wanted to do, the marketing plan, location domination, everything that I wanted to do. And then just each week, I would slowly move things to the other side. And I would just move them over, And then at one point I looked at it and I didn't have anything to write over here. I was like, wait, I don't have anything to write. So then I went and found more things because Krista was teaching something else and she just keeps evolving this. So you're always going to have it, but it didn't seem so big. But at the time, starting from no system to doing any of this to having a systemized process that is paying me money every single month in the management side. Like I just got a listing call from today from somebody that read my Google reviews today. Like they're ready for me to come list their house, and it happens time and time again. So having those systems, asking for the business, and then doing all the things in between, because if I had just the box and the pretty stuff, but I hadn't really been doing anything on it, wouldn't really matter. So it was just putting it all together and finding out what was working for me, what was making me the most money, and putting in more energy in those things, and not trying to do everything. Krista, you know me, I won't try to do every single thing. I will sit there and I'll watch and I'll study, and then when I know that I've learned it, I'm going to implement, I'm going to put money behind it, and then I'm going to pretty much knock it out.
And I have to say, remember, successful people are willing to do what other successful people
are not willing.
We all have, she said, I'm a doer. We all have the same amount of time in a day. 350 property that she manages every month, and selling between 45 and 60 homes a year. She is pretty busy, I would say. Yes, but when you have the right systems and support in place, and Cassie keeps showing up. She keeps showing up because she understands the importance of being around people who are doing the same thing that you want to do, right? Like when you see somebody else succeeding and not making excuses and doing, it makes your brain go, if they can do it, I can do it. And when you're on the same path with people that are trying to, what's happening with most of you is you're around the water cooler at work or wherever, and you're hearing, oh my God, the market is so bad, there's no inventory, interest rates, no one's buying and selling. And then the brain goes, keep on giving me more of that. No, you want to be around people that are going after bigger things. The reason why I do my masterminds is I want to be around people who are doing things better than me. I want to be not the smartest person in the room. I want to be around other people who are doing more things that can help elevate me, right? What other advice, Cassie?
The biggest thing, my biggest takeaway from this program has been the community. Like all the stuff, I could have, been complacent, sat back and be like, you're fine, you don't have to work that hard. But it was being around people that were just doing things at a high level, talking about things at a high level, the positivity. We went through some of the darkest times in the world together as a group, and we still made our videos. We still went out there, it's just the community. Like you don't usually get that. When you're in an area, usually people in real estate don't want to share with each other. We want to close their office doors and not talk about it. And this program's not like this. Everybody is like, and it's not a bragging or anything like that, but like, this is working, you need to do this. This is what I started doing it this way, and then I made it better by doing it this. I'll have so many people come up to me and be like, I've watched you do that presentation. I went back and I implemented it and I did the things that you did.